minute, let's go straight to senior legal analyst Elie Honig. Elie, we're not just watching this case evolve and develop. You've tried numerous murder cases, been inside the legal and technical parts of this process. Tell me what you think after watching Gary's report there about how strong the evidence is. The evidence, I guess, unbeknownst to all of us who were following this case for weeks there, we didn't realize they had some evidence to work off of, these investigators.
Yeah, Jim, I think the evidence is exceptionally strong. And like you, I was eager to see this complaint because all that you have to do as a prosecutor in a complaint like this is establish probable cause. That's a fairly low standard. And sometimes in these complaints, that's really all you'll see. But here, the prosecutors went way above that in terms of the evidence. The DNA evidence is really the most important piece. As Gary said, there was a sample of DNA recovered from a knife sheath at the scene that has been matched to this suspect by a 99.9998 probability scientifically. That is very powerful evidence. On top of that, the police really did an exceptional job analyzing his cell phone records, his automobile records, to place him definitively at the scene of the crime. And on top of that, we know that this individual showed some signs that he was trying to cover up his tracks afterwards. So when you take it all together, Jim, it's really a powerful and I think compelling showing.
But Elie, one thing that investigators have not revealed to the public or put their finger on is motive. How important is that to the case at this point?
So there's a really important distinction here that people sometimes, I think, get crossed up. As a prosecutor, you do have to prove intent, meaning that the person acted on purpose, that he intended to kill. You do not have to prove legally motive, which is the why did the person kill. Now, you want to be able to prove motive. It helps explain the case to the jury, but you don't have to. And it's also, I think, worth noting, the complaint does suggest a potential motive here. They talk about the fact, and Gary alluded to this, that 12 different times this individual went by that house. And as Gary said, it's not something you would pass by. So there could be a suggestion here that there was some sort of stalking or obsessive type of motive.
And it does seem as though Bryan Kohberger was at the scene of the killings. What is stopping his defense team from just saying, okay, he was there, but he didn't kill anybody? I mean, I suppose they could try that sort of defense. Who has the burden of proof?
So the prosecutor always bears the burden of proof of proving its case beyond a reasonable doubt. That's the highest standard in our system. I do expect that that may well be a defense. Sure, they can prove he's there, but can they prove he did the killing? And I think the prosecutors are going to come back with, first of all, he doesn't know any of these people. As far as we know, he has no reason to be there. I don't know that there's any evidence that anyone else was there. And here's where I think the evidence that this individual tried to cover up his tracks after the fact becomes so important. Our John Miller, our colleague, has reported that the police watched him. He went to his parents' house in Pennsylvania. They watched him cleaning his car inside and out. They watched him wearing surgical gloves. They watched him take his garbage out at 4 a.m. and then put it not in his own parents' garbage cans, but in a neighbor's garbage cans. I think that is really important. I think that's really powerful with the jury.
And Kohberger is charged with 4 counts of murder in the first degree. Is that aiming too high, do you think, for the prosecutors?
No, I think that's exactly appropriate here. What makes this a first-degree murder under Idaho law is that it was premeditated, that it was planned. It wasn't something that happened on the spur of the moment, in a fight, spontaneously, unexpectedly. So I do think it's appropriate that these prosecutors have brought first-degree charges here.
All right, Elie Honig, thanks so much. Great to see you. Appreciate it.
All right, Jim. Thanks.